Hi again, fellow unlicensed thinkers. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that can improve your empathic and intuitive abilities, especially, well, mostly I'd say when it comes to other people. Before I get into that, if you could hit the like button for me, I can't quite reach it from here. Thank you very much. Helps me out in the algorithm quite a bit. Okay, so let's say I go to a restaurant. We'll go to an Italian restaurant in this case because pasta sounds good right now. But I go into this restaurant and I've never had Italian food before. Okay, I have no idea. And so I have my meal, and each dish that comes out, each thing that I eat, I can tell you it was good or it was bad. I enjoyed it, I didn't enjoy it. And that's great information because that tells me, do I want to come back to this restaurant? Do I want to eat that particular dish again? But I can't necessarily tell you why. I can't give you specifics as to why I like that particular dish, why I like this dish more than this other dish or something like that. And what causes us to, or what allows us, I should say, to be able to describe why we like something is having words for it. And so in the case of the Italian food, I can understand that there is pasta sauce. Maybe it's the pasta sauce that I did or didn't like. Maybe if they added just the right amount of sugar and it was perfect, just excellent. I love what they did. But maybe it was too sweet. But see, I need a word. I need something to describe what about it in order for it to really truly make sense. Otherwise, it's just sort of this feeling. And so maybe it was too spicy, maybe not spicy enough. Maybe there was too much salt. Maybe the cook went a little crazy that day on the salt. Maybe I've never heard of things like basil and oregano. And now that I'm trying them and someone says that flavor is basil, that flavor is oregano. Okay, now when I have Italian food, I can say, I like the oregano in it. I like this because it had the right amount of basil in it. Something like that, right? I'm not a chef, so that's going to be imperfect, but you guys get the idea. So you're at this restaurant and you can better describe why you like something. You can better describe the environment because you have the words for the environment. So giving things names allows us to think about the things better, not just describe them. Like I could describe to you better using the words, but it also gives me something in my brain in order to use to think about the thing, to process it, to define it, to categorize it. And so the better I'm able to do that, the better I'm able to enjoy the food, I suppose you could say, or tell you or explain why I do or I do not enjoy the food. So I have all these different descriptors. I have all these different ways of looking at it and understanding it. And that's the key there, is understanding it. So let's move this over to emotions and being empathic or intuitive about what someone else is feeling. And I could get a bad feeling about a person. Okay, so again, like the food, that's useful information. I know that I probably don't want to trust this person, but why? Why don't I want to trust them? What is it about what they were doing that really set me off? And were they making a facial expression that implied that they were hiding something, that they were lying, that they were just not being their authentic selves? What was it about them that put me off to them? And excuse me, so say I'm in a conversation with somebody and I feel like, they don't really want to be talking to me. Well, that's a good feeling. That's useful information. I'm boring them. I'm talking about a topic that they don't like. I'm making them uncomfortable in some way. But being able to define it and describe it makes a world of difference. So if I happen to look down and notice that the way that they're standing or the way that their feet are positioned, I can say, oh, it looks like they have somewhere else they need to be. Maybe that's the reason why they feel uncomfortable in this conversation. Maybe it's not what I'm saying. Maybe it's that they have something that they need to do. Maybe watching their facial expressions, I can see maybe they've made a face of contempt, which is usually like one side of the face making a disgusted look is contempt or hatred or something like that. So it's this body language that tells me so much more, this nonverbal communication, because we can also include facial expressions, that tells me so much more about what is going on with this person. So learning body language, what it does is it gives you a dictionary. It gives you a dictionary you didn't have before. Like when I went to the restaurant, I didn't know sweet, spicy, salty, basil, oregano. I didn't know any of these things. Now, when I learn them, just like when I learn body language, I have a vocabulary, a dictionary. I have things that my brain can attach to in order to describe, to think about, to process. And what we get is a left and right brain harmony, because your right brain will absolutely be intuitive, and it will say, got this guy pushing in on me. Speaking of being intuitive, apparently he wants to sit on the lap. So I have my right brain saying, I don't feel so good about this person. I don't feel so good about this conversation. I think this person might be lying to me. I think this person might have some ulterior motive. They might be trying to trick me. Okay, so I learn this body language, and now I have the words for it. Now I say, oh, they're smiling, but they're only smiling with their mouth. They're not smiling with their eyes. Huh, that's interesting. Where are they looking when they're talking? How is their body positioned? Are they leaning towards me, like they're interested in what I'm saying? Are they sitting back and, being kind of defensive about it? How are they behaving? And so as I learn body language, all of these things that I'm seeing through intuition, through my right brain, through emotion, through feeling, now I can describe them and I can better process them, and I can create this harmony between my left and my right brain. So my left brain is describing it, my right brain is feeling it. And so when those two can communicate properly, I can get a better idea of what's going on. I can understand better why I do or don't like someone, why I feel like they might be, again, trying to trick me. They might be being deceptive. They might like me. They might not like me. But without these words, without this vocabulary, I have a hard time describing that or really thinking it through, processing it, and understanding it. Now, when it comes to the Heyoka Empath, we're going to consider them the natural-born warriors, so to speak. So there are some people that are born with a natural talent. Maybe it's for fighting, maybe it's for football, maybe it's for math, whatever it might be. They're born with this natural talent, but that doesn't mean that they don't need to develop it. So someone who's just born maybe a really good fighter, really good warrior, they're good at fighting people, they can still benefit from learning this particular fighting technique. And so that's the same thing, this Heyoka Empath, this natural ability, even if you don't consider yourself Heyoka Empath, you have this natural ability or tendency for being able to feel emotions and be intuitive. Excuse me, you can still benefit from being able to learn this body language and think through exactly what it is that you're seeing, because feeling it is great. There's no real downside to that, but being able to feel it and explain it is a whole different world. And if you're not familiar with the Heyoka Empath and you want something a little funny to describe it, think of the movie Happy Gilmore, where Happy Gilmore, he is able to hit the ball with a golf club like a mile away or however far he hits it. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And so he has this natural ability to play golf, and he's really good at it, but he gets even better at it when he learns how to play golf and he understands what he's doing and he understands the process of why he is moving in the way he's moving, why he's able to hit the ball as he does, to refine that skill. And so he learns that screaming at the ball and saying, "get in the hole," doesn't work so well, but refining his talent works well. And so that's what we're looking at. When you have this natural talent for empathy and intuition, refine it, add to it, enhance it by learning body language and nonverbal communications. And it will make all the difference in the world when you can feel, oh, that person doesn't like me. But then you can also look at their face and say, they're making this particular face of contempt. Or on a more positive note, this person likes me and they're leaning in towards me and they want to hear what I have to say and they look so absolutely interested. So we'll end on a positive note. All right, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit like and share, and of course, have a great day.